Psalm 121 says, I will lift my eyes to the hills from whence my help comes. And where does my help come from? It comes from the Lord. Now, I love nature. I'm filming you today from the Etowah River right here in Cartersville, Georgia. And I love to come out and see nature. I love to come out and see the wonders that God has made. But nature itself is not my help. I can't find my help in the things of the world or its creation. But I can find my help in the Creator. My help comes from Him. And I just want to share with you today, if you are struggling, if you're hurting, if you're going through something that's just too much for you to bear, turn to Jesus. Jesus is real in relationship. He's real in a person. A lot of times we get the religious side, the Christianity religion, which is all about God and the basic facts and figures, if you will, about being a Christian. And we learn through the Word, and the Word is so important. But many times in our Christian culture today, we miss the whole aspect that it's relational. It's not just a religious thing. It's relational. We have an actual relationship with the living God, and this living God came in the form of man to take all of the burdens that we carry upon Himself. And by doing so, He took to the cross, should I say, all of our sin, and then He was raised from the dead, and He ascended to be with God in the heavens, and He intercedes for us. He prays for us. This is a real person, a real entity that we worship and that we serve. And it's not just something about going to church, and it's not just something about practicing religious things or the things of God. It is God Himself. And that is where your hope comes from. And so I just want to encourage you today that this is a time of hope, not hopelessness. Jesus, He loves you. He wants you to be in relationship with Him. And my prayer for those who hear this and who are going through those things, and I've gone through them myself. I can share from personal experience many times where I was at a hopeless place, but God reached down and He met me where I was at. He will do the same for you. But I want to say this, He will meet you where you're at, but He won't leave you where you're at. In other words, He lifts you up. The whole aspect of this channel is lift, L-I-F-T. Living in faith today. Allow God to lift you from the burden that you're carrying. Allow Him to lift you from the pain and the suffering. Allow Him to speak truth to you through His Word, through His Spirit, and through His being. And allow Him to come to you. And I know that, again, you may have heard things about God before, and I don't want this to be a religious video. I want it to be a relationship. I want it to be real, because that's what we need. We need something that's real. We don't need to be walking in emotion, living in emotion, or making decisions in emotion. We need to allow ourselves to receive the fullness of God for who He is, and allow Him to do the work He wants to do. And He has a plan for you. He has a plan for your life. I want to share this chorus of this song that we may have heard, you may have heard. I've heard it all of my life off and on, but it's a song that really describes why we have a hope. And that hope is because Jesus rose from the grave and He's alive today. Because He lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. May this be an encouragement for you today. This is the first of many videos we'll be putting out. I hope it will be a thing that I hope it will be an encouragement to all of you. But that's what we need today in this dark and broken world, is encouragement. And Jesus is the one that brings the hope that we need. God bless. See you guys the next time.